Nordic Family Forestry Alliance is actually the alliance of the 4 Nordic family forest owners associations from Finland, Denmark, Norway and Sweden.
Now we are here in Finland having a meeting with our Nordic friends, and it's very nice to be in here. We have a lot of important things going on. We have good story. Our forest owners are providing the solution for the future. For example, replacing fossils and helping climate and so on. It has been difficult, especially inside European Union, to provide this evidence for Commission. But I'm sure that during coming years we are able to provide the evidence that it's wise to use and manage forests.
Morning. Today we have adopted our biodiversity manifesto, which I think is very important because it shows that we as forest owners want to contribute to the society, both with the biodiversity but also with economy and for the climate. We will also have interesting discussions about the work in the EU.
In Norway we have elections to Parliament in September 25, and we are very eager to inform the parties so they will have good programs for forestry. And then I am working a lot with questions from the EU. That's very important for Norway as a country with the European Economic Agreement, the EEA, because we take a lot of the legislation from EU. It will become national law in Norway, so it's important for the forest owners in Norway to know what's happening in the EU and can we influence the process there before they decide something.
The most important task seen from the Danish Forest Association the coming period, and that is definitely the Green Deal that has been made in Denmark with the Farmers Association and the Danish industry and the political system and the Danish Conservation Association, which will bring us to a position where we can talk about the future targets for 2030 and 2050 if you talk about biodiversity, the climate change, the CO2 emissions, etc.
Forestry among farmers is in a developing phase in Iceland and has been so last 3 decades. In 2021, farmers in Iceland united under Farmers Association. Since then, our main topic has not been fencing in plant acres like it before, but now we're looking forward. Our main topic today are mainly 2: developing a wood market for Icelandic timber and developing a carbon market in forestry.
Next up, we have Harri Savonen from the local Forest Management Association to give us a presentation about how forest owners are treated here in this area.
So we have a challenge to find decision makers, and then it's easier to sell the ownership to somebody else. And unfortunately it has been, especially in 21-22, a lot of those private owners, they sold the properties to the financial investment banks and this kind of things. A lot of, and that is the main reason here why this is decreasing the members.
Now in Northern Topics we have FSC certificate, which is now stopping wood buyers to buy wood from Northern Lapland and private forest owners. Then we had energy wood issues that environmental organizations want to prevent local wood used in heating operations in the northern part of Lapland. Then we have reindeer herders, which in a way want to use FSC to prevent logging from private owned forests in Lapland. Then also we need to discuss measurements or criteria of PEFC in owned forests. What is the measurements that can be secured that we don't log old forests? And then We have very fruitful communication and cooperation with Sami Parliament and Sami people.
Border zone sign. So if you see that one, you must not go further than that. You should wear it.
Well, we want to do a campaign, a joint campaign for the family forestry in Brussels. And we want to do it so we can keep the family forestry even stronger and to make decision maker to know more about all the benefits that the family forestry are providing to the society. And this we want to do together with the NSF colleagues in Brussels starting next year.
We are facing a very busy period in the European Union around forest related questions. Now is the beginning of the new Commission and the new Parliament, and we are expecting not less but more forest related files in climate change mitigation, in water protection, in soil management and around forest-based bioeconomy. So busy times are lying ahead of us, and also at the same time I think it's important to be optimistic. We are facing also in promising times, and it's very important that Nordic cooperation continues and now strengthened with Iceland around forest-related questions.
In a few years now, Icelandic forest farmers have had the honor and to participate and observe NFS Rådsmöte. We have learned that family forest concept is more than just words.
Also, which is very important, I think, is the cooperation between our countries to share knowledge, how we can improve our forestry and our forest industry in the Nordic countries, and that as forest owners, how we can contribute and also achieve more.
And the Nordic cooperation is very valuable and very important for us because we have a lot of information exchange, and we also have the European collaboration in the CEPF, which is also very, very useful.
NSF, which is so important for Denmark as the smallest forest country in the Nordic region, is so important, and I would say it's vital to be able to lean up to the colleagues we have from Finland, Sweden and Norway, where forest production is extremely important for those countries.
I also like this Nordic cooperation. Now we are 5 countries here in Finland discussing what are the best practices, how we can be more influential together and achieve those things, those targets what forest owners have with their forests. Thanks.